Folks, when we started our discussion of LOF back in the day, when I was looking at all of the cards spoiled to us, one of the cards I thought was going to make a massive splash in the meta, that other people thought was going to make a massive splash in the meta, was Qui-Gon Jinn, the starter leader, or one of the two spotlight leaders, next to, of course, Darth Maul, who even I thought would, probably wasn't going to make a big splash, but, was pretty playable, but unfortunately, he's kind of just been meh. But I thought this deck was going to be great. It's cunning, it is heroic, it's in the greatest color ever in cunning, and I thought, man, it's going to do great. And it has done nothing. No major tops, no major nothing. Nothing at all really felt the level of what this deck should have been. What we hyped this deck up to be. What we hyped Qui-Gon Jinn to be. Where we thought, it's the next best cunning leader in the game. And it has barely done anything. But there was a PQ in a European country, I believe Germany, that actually got top 6 with this exact deck. So I present to you Qui-Gon Jinn Force Blue. I also took this to locals as well and went X1 with it. I only lost to Revan Patora Arena, mainly because I got surprise strike. Surprise strike to death. That was it. I only lost out to surprise strike. But this deck worked really, really well, and it was a lot of fun. Even though I don't think it's I thought it was gonna take the meta by storm. Even the top 6 deck. I'm surprised it even got top 6, but it was a 40-person PQ, so it's nothing. But I mean, you do have to go through like 6+ rounds of Swiss, and then get into top 8, and then you have to play top 8. I mean, you get top 6, so technically, you did lose out in the top 8 bracket of it. But still, I mean, that's a lot to contend with that you missed out on like top 4 or something like that. But still, this deck's a lot of fun. When I was playing it, it's a lot of fun because it's just the great mechanic to just do dumb stuff with. So anyways, let's break down the leader, the base, the deck, and then jump to Carabas for a best of 1. Qui-Gon Jinn, Satan and Sprite action, tap him, use the Force, return a friendly non-leader unit to its owner's hand. You can return a friendly, so it has to be yours, and then play a non-villainy unit that costs less than the return card unit from your hand for free. So that is his ability. So basically, the whole aspect here is that you can return high-cost guys to spit them out into low-cost guys. So basically, you constantly can recycle units you want. Now, you don't have to play a unit with that ability. You can just easily just pick up a unit, add it back to your hand just for like damage purposes or anything like that, and just put it back into your hand so you can keep it for maybe next turn. You don't have to play a unit. You do much as effect as possible. He flips for 6, and then on attack, when he completes an attack, you can then return a unit back to your hand, and then play again a non-villainy unit that costs less than the return unit from your hand for free. So you can. So if you return a 2, you have to play a 1. If you return a 3, you have to play a 2. So basically, just think it's always 1 lower than whatever you return. Trust me, I did it at locals. I played out a Luke Skywalker, and then I returned the Luke Skywalker to play an Anakin Skywalker, and it was very interesting. This deck is fun, like I said. This deck is fun. But yeah, the whole aspect here is that you're never really stabilizing units. You basically are always returning units like Luke's, like Anakin's, like anything you need back to your hand, and always playing another unit to subsidize that. So you're never really losing out on units. And what's even more fun about this is that you can return your damaged units back to your hand, play a non-damaged unit onto the board, and because of that, you actually are returning a guy that you don't want to lose back to your hand so you can use them, whether or not you want to use them for Energy Father or want you use them for next turn. It's a really good strategy. And because we're doing that, we are in the Force Blue base. I decided to go with Night Sister's Lair. If you wanted to do the Shadow Under series, you can do that as well. So for the main deck, we have 2 Night Sister. When defeated, draw 1 card. 3 Secret of Sage, 2/2 that comes in shielded. 3 Yaddle, restore 1 and on attack. All your other friendly Jedi gain restore 1. Triple Youngling Padawan. When played, gain the Force. Triple Venestra Rao. When played, you may use the Force. Ready this unit. 2 Yoda, restore 2, and when defeated, you may choose any number of players. They each draw a card, typically just us. Triple Ahsoka Tano. When played, the opponent discards a card from their hand. If it's a unit, you may exhaust you. This is a really fun card to spin back to your hand and then play one of your 3 costs or 2 costs. back down on the board, because then you can use this again to strip another card out of your opponent's hand. Triple Churd Imwe. Sentinel, and then when this unit is attacked, you may use the Force. If you do, the attacker gains -2/-0 for this attack. Double Inert Warrior. When shielded and then when played, you may use the Force if you do 3 damage to base. This is also another great one to use with Qui-Gon. If you can somehow get the Force, there's a thing you can do with it, and we'll talk about it when we get to our event. But this is a fun little tech you can do with this card. Triple Plo Koon with Ambush and Coordinate and Raid 3 Watts Coordinated. Triple Anakin Skywalker when played. If you have a heroic, give a -3/-3 to a unit this phase. If you have ability card in your discard, give -3/-3 this phase to a unit. 2 Depa Saboteur and Ambush. Triple Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight. If we're in blue heroic, there's no reason not to play this. Restore 3, and then when played, give a unit -3/-3 for the phase. If a friendly unit was defeated this phase, give an enemy unit -6/-6 for this phase. A good combo to do is you play Anakin, give something -6 or -6 or -3/-3, and then bounce it back with Qui-Gon, and then play Anakin off of it for that as well. So you can go Luke, then go Anakin, and then give something -6/-6 or -3/-3, and then something else -3/-3. And then 2 Qui-Gon Jinn. Ambush. When defeated, you may choose a non-leader ground unit. Its owner puts the top or bottom of their deck. For our space units, Triple Millennium Falcon enters played ready, and when your ready cards during the regroup phase, you may pay 1 to return this unit. Either pay 1 or return this unit to its owner's hand. And then 2 Red Squadron X-Wing. This is actually another really good card to use with this effect. You play it, you deal the 2 damage with it. You can swing on the following turn, your opponent doesn't kill it. And then you can bounce it with Qui-Gon and then play a 2 cost off of it, which is pretty nice. That means you get a free draw. And then, like I said, damaging units and round back to hand. For the events, we're running 2 Bamboozle. We won't really need to do the discard to pay the cunning cost, because we're already cunning naturally. We exhaust the unit and return each of its upgrades to its owner's hand. 3 Sneak Attack. What makes this deck amazing? So typically, Sneak Attack has the big caveat. Play a unit from your hand, it costs 3 less, and it just plays ready. At the start of the regroup phase, defeat it. So what you can easily do in this deck is you can go Sneak Attack out a Inert Warrior for 1, and then you can heal using the Force, swing with the Inert Warrior into your opponent's base or opponent's unit because it comes in shielded, and then you can use that Force you just gained back, you use Qui-Gon Jinn, get back the Inert Warrior back to your hand, and then play a 3 cost with it. So Sneak Attack works amazing in this deck because you can dodge the win group phase destruction. So if you want to Sneak Attack out a Luke Skywalker, so you can give something -3 or something -6/-6, heck, you can do this on turn 6. Pay the 2 for Sneak Attack, pay the 4 for Luke Skywalker because you reduce the cost by 3. So for Sneak Attack out Luke Skywalker, you can swing at something, restore 3, then bounce him back to hand, and then you can play like N Skywalker off of that, or someone else, like even Depa something like that. Heck, even if Qui-Gon Jinn survives his ambush, you could then bounce Qui-Gon Jinn back to your hand and have the ambusher and bring out like Depa or Anakin, which is pretty nice. And then because we are running Anakin, and because this is just our only real dark side card, triple power of the dark side. Again, we'll have to pay 5 for this because we don't have ability tag. But still, a 5 cost to kill one thing on our opponent's board, which then immediately can go in, so we can use Anakin on our turn 6 play, is really nice. Heck, you can even go Anakin turn 6 and then Plo Koon on if you have Plo Koon in your hand, and then come out again as long. He only has the ambush with the 3, but he can still come in if you have the 2 or more guys and get the coordinate with him there as well, so that you can do the raid 3 and get 6 on damage. And then you could bounce him back again if you wanted to next turn. So yeah, a lot of interesting deck. How this deck works is we're playing bodies, bouncing back bodies, and playing more bodies. So that is our whole shtick of our deck. It's just a bounce strategy, and it's a lot of fun. 100%. If you guys want a fun deck just to bring to your locals that actually can do really well, this Qui-Gon Jinn deck is really just fun and can do really well. Like I said, I only went X1 in the event, mainly because 𝐂𝐍𝐄 Kestis deck didn't find its lines, which again, that happens. It's a card game, and I only lost out to Revan Petra Arena mainly because of Surprise Strike, and maybe I didn't take a mulligan. But anyways, with that said, it is time to take Qui-Gon Force Blue to Karabas, see how well we do. All right, folks, here we go. Playing arguably still one of the best decks of the format, the one, the only Cad Tarkintown. Once again, remember, when Cad Bane, when you play an Underworld card, you may exhaust leader. If you do, your opponent chooses one unit they control and deal 1 damage to it. Tarkintown immediately can murk something off with 3 or more damage point. With its epic action and deal 3 damage to a non-leader unit. I think we can keep this hand. We will keep. We'll put a turret and let's put a Luke away. So we have our play off our first turn play will be, of course, the Night Sister. That does mean, of course, we'll have this. The Cad will have to kill it, which does put us back a turn. But I mean, if they want to burn the epic action, then that's fine by me. If they want to burn the epic action then and just give me a draw one, which again, at least for them. So they're gonna look at my hand. They do see I have a Falcon, a turret, and a Anakin. Bamboozle is pretty nice. Okay, we'll do 1 damage to that. We'll just claim the initiative. Now, we don't have the Force yet, but again, we won't really have a unit. The big question is, okay, so not going to, so we'll put a Bamboozle away. We will be able to get the Force here, because we are going to swing 2. We gain the Force immediately. So again, Bazine does 1 damage to us. We can't, like, put anything back yet, but we can, like, go turret on the next turn. So, Aura Sing, we do 1 more damage. We do take a draw there. We are going to put out the Falcon, which is nice. It means that was the only unit we had. So that means Tarkintown still is dead in the water right now. And we do have turret, so we'll be able to go turret next turn. I mean, yeah, he's going to get the initiative here. Nothing I can do about that one, but we'll be able to at least stop him. Turret. Okay. This is going to be Tarkintown. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the effect to bring out the Night Sister, so that way Tarkintown is useless. We keep our Falcon in our hand, and his Tarkintown is just dead to him. That's pretty nice. We'll put the X-Wing away. So we could go Ahsoka here if we wanted to. We could go Ahsoka, strip 1 card out of his hand, and if it happens to be a unit card, we could rest something. So I'm going to take a look at my hand again. My guess would be he's either going to rip the turret or the Ahsoka. He can rip the Falcon if he wants to. So he ripped the turret, which is what I have expected him to do. We're going to go Ahsoka. This will rip 1 card of his hand. If all his cards are units, I do get to rest the Aura Sing. So I mean, he has to choose something. So if it's a unit, I get to rest Aura Sing. If it's not, I mean, it's a tough choice there. We have not seen Surprise Strike yet. Surprise Striking on an Anakin would be pretty good here. We have a Heroic card, so no Surprise Striking with that. We could, if we had the Force, we could spin back Ahsoka again, but it would matter that he doesn't Tarkintown this. Okay, so he did kill that. We'll just claim the initiative here. There's not really a purpose of doing anything else. There's a Power of the Dark Side, which is pretty nice. We could put a Yoda away, I think. And we'll put the Yoda away. We're going to kill off Aura Sing, because I really just don't need to have that. Because again, we can do this to bring out the Falcon. You'd have to have another McClunky. We can do that to bring back Ahsoka. That brings out the Falcon. Then we can play Ahsoka again. Or we could do, of course, Power of the Dark Side. Because again, that would then allow us to have Anakin's -6/-6, because we'd have both a villainy and a heroic card in our discard. Jabba the Hutt. Look at the top 8 cards of their deck. They are going to get a sneak attack. All right, so they're going to do what we are going to do. Cad does the exact same thing as we kind of do, where they sneak attack. So that will kill something, whether it kills Jabba or kills Bazine. He's got to take the choice. The problem is, even if he swings Bazine at this, it doesn't really matter. Tarkintown burn is kind of pointless here. We're going to go for the effect to bounce this, play this, hit the base for 3, pass. We will throw a Yaddle away. We will not pay for the Falcon. We are going to bring the Falcon back to hand. We're very close as well of doing this. So what we can do this turn is we can naturally play Anakin. So we can naturally play Anakin, give something -6/-6, because we now have both a heroic and a villainy card in our drop. which means we can technically not kill Cad, but we technically can do a whole lot of damage to Cad. We also have Qui-Gon Jinn, so we can swing. We can also bring out Qui-Gon and then trigger this. Then we can get out this. So a blaster on that. Let's just go for... Wish we had sneak attack. That'd be good to bring out Luke on a sneak attack. Because then we could go Luke -3/-3, and then -6/-6. Let's go bring out... We'll deploy Qui-Gon here. He's only got 3 left. He can sneak attack something for a cost of 1, which doesn't seem all that plausible. Again, he can clunky, so he's just going to swing 3 damage at me. All right. We take 2, and then we take another 3 there to 4. I'm going to just soft pass here. I want him to drag his leader out. Okay, so he just claimed the initiative on me. Okay, he was smart enough on that one. We could do this. Yeah, he outsmarted me on that one. He just claimed initiative. I think he knew I wanted to drag his leader out. Right, because then he just smashes into me with that. Okay, so what do we want to do? I guess... Well, Plo, funny enough, can't kill. Guess at this point... So I know he's going to bring out Cad this turn, but I can easily go Bamboozle on Cad to stop him from attacking. I can also -6/-6 Cad for the turn, but I'd rather wait until... So let's go 𝐒𝐓𝐾𝐾. Let's strip a card from his hand. Okay, we'll strip the sneak attack out. This should drag him out now. Yeah, it did suck that we had to bring him out. Maybe it would have been better. Maybe we should have played something. It's kind of gross. That is definitely going to be... we're definitely eating this trigger. We'll trigger to hit for the 2. Benestra. Unfortunately, we're still missing our force. The one problem is you can choke this deck. This is how you choke it. You choke it by removing its force. So we killed off the X-Wing. We will just claim the initiative. That is Tarkintown burned. This would mean that if he wants this, Cad has to come and kill Ahsoka. So we could go -2. We could go -6/-6 over here, kill this, and do that. Power dark side. We could put Benestra out. We could then also go, because this is 5. We have 2 here, so we figure out what he does with. We could go Power of the Dark Side for 5. Then we can go Bamboozle to freeze something. Rest something and figure out what he wants to kill off. My guess would be like the Ruthless Raider. Or I can go Anakin, give something -6/-6, like the Ruthless Raider, and kill it. The problem, like I said, and then I could bounce it back with next turn. I could bounce it back and put out like the Inner Warrior, or even Churret, and then we could play like Luke. I think let's first start with Power of the Dark Side. I think that is the first thing we should do. Like force him to pick a unit to kill. I would expect the Ruthless Raider would be his target, if I'm being honest. That to me feels like the target you to go after. Yep, it is the Ruthless Raider. That's what I thought he was going to go after. All right, so that means we can then rest someone with Bamboozle. Now, it depends on who he swings with, because these are both swinging 4. I really don't want to give him this blaster. But that does mean we can get the initiative here. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to spin that. We're going to just play Bamboozle. We're just going to rest Cad. We're going to spin the lightsaber back to his hand. Yeah, it's annoying, but what are you going to do? We can claim the initiative here. Claim, yeah, Jabba's punching for a whole lot. But we're still alive, that's the thing. Even Cad doesn't kill us on the crackback. Power of the Dark Side again. I feel like we could put this Falcon away. I know that's pretty dumb, but I mean, we still got 1 left in the deck. So we're going to go for the Anakin. We're going to give -3 and then -3. Move that completely from the board. And then again, we have the ability to, we'll just claim here. Anakin does kill Cad. It matters what his last 3 cards in his hand are, because we still have Power of the Dark Side we can play out as well. He can't burn Tarkintown. So IG in the sky. Okay. We'll do 2 damage to this. That's already the one-time effect. I mean, you have 2 cards left in your hand. Yeah, you have 5 power, but still. Forlom, kill Anakin. All right. We'll go for, I think we could put a Plo Koon away. All right. Let's give, so I either take 4 here. Okay, so let's first pull out Chirrut. I think that is worth it. Put out Chirrut so that Cad has to come after Chirrut, and then I can deal with this fighter. Shoot first to kill the Chirrut. We'll go Power of the Dark Side. Either he kills the Cad or he kills the IG. Okay. The Cad is dead. We'll claim the initiative. He still has 2 cards left in hand. So a Mist Hunter into the sky. All right. I think we are done. Okay, so let's go Luke. We're going to give -3, -3 to the IG. Then we could put this out. He just claims initiative here, by the way, because I don't have a way to stop him. McClunky. That deal damage here. Interesting. I'll claim the initiative. Cad to steal. Okay, steal them both. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. Wonder if that gets its on play skill when played. Because I can go Qui-Gon, trigger, kill. Oh wait, no, and then I can do choose nothing. All right, this doesn't trigger. We did get the Force though. All right, folks. Well, that is it. We lost to Cad Tarkintown. I think it was a good game though. Nothing to complain about. I just think we got into the gummy state where I think this deck has the one problem: not seeing the Force. We had it really good. I mean, we were able to get our guys. We were able to do all that. We just ended up in the state where we just didn't see the Force. And I think that's the one way to stall out these decks that really need the Force. You just kill off all their Force units. That's just the way. Once you get in that gummy state, you have to get something to stick, and your opponent's killing all your stuff that's sticking. Yeah, it's gonna suck. I mean, we didn't see one of the best ones we could have done with. If we had our Youngling Padawan, we could have played that and just got the Force immediately. But nonetheless, the Cad Tarkintown was really close. We were doing pretty well. Unfortunately, we couldn't show up the sneak attack here, where you go sneak attack, bring one of your guys in, they come in standing, and then you just use Qui-Gon Jinn to bounce the guy back to your hand. But still, the game was a good one. I think it could have gone either way. We were stripping them of cards in hand. We just ended up that they just got the tempo to kill all our guys, so we couldn't gain the Force, and we just couldn't stabilize a guy onto the board state while they just murked all our stuff off our board state. But nonetheless, this deck is still a lot of fun. I highly recommend, if you haven't played Qui-Gon or you're looking for a deck to take the locals, this deck is one to take to locals. It's a lot of fun. It's good fun. It's just a great deck overall. I was kind of skeptical when I went to my locals. I'm like, I'm probably going to go like X3. But no, I actually went X1. I was more surprised about how fun this deck can do and how good this deck can do. When you get this deck going, it goes, and it is tough for your opponent to deal with because you are bouncing guys and putting a whole lot more guys. I want your thoughts, guys, down in the comments on Qui-Gon Force Blue. Were you hyped up for Qui-Gon Jinn? when he first got revealed in LOF? Were you thinking, holy crap, this guy is the next coming of like Cad Tarkintown? And then he just disappeared and did nothing. Let me know that down in the comments. Let me know if you guys have tried out any Qui-Gon builds. I thought I was going to go with Qui-Gon Green, but after finding this Qui-Gon Blue, I think now, in my head, maybe Qui-Gon Blue really is the best version of Qui-Gon. Let me know that down in the comments. Let me know if you tried any Qui-Gon decks at all. Let me know if this is going to help inspire you guys to go try out Qui-Gon Force Blue. Let me know all that down in the comments. And while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you're notified when my videos go live for you. And we'll see you next time on Mod Dragons TCG.